The Locker.
Welcome to The Locker, Season 5, Season Cinco. I was about to say Ocho. Cinco. Episode 2. We only a little bit through the year, so we're on episode 2. I'm your man, A. White, along with my man, V. Styles. I know we had a little backstage conversation. Well, I'm going to nix that because that's something we don't need to be talking about. But we was off last week, man. I know you're doing fatherly duties. I'm doing fatherly duties, man. You know, man, hey, what's going on?
Man, that's what we do. That we help each other. That's what a village is all about. We take care of each other. But bruh, it's been cold down in these streets down here. we had to cancel school for 2 days in a row. And on top of that mess up, we got our first indoor track meet this Saturday. We ain't ready. We ain't ready.
That's no bueno.
We ain't ready. We ain't ready. We ain't ready. Woo! But it is what it is.
Man, I don't even know where to start, bro. I don't even know where to start. Well, where we gonna start is we're gonna cut down on your cursing. I see you were being active last week. You tried your best. You tried your darndest. Second, I don't even know how to say this for real, like without being on no BS, because this is The Locker, and we started this whole show about never being on no BS and keeping things a buck. No, because typically I know what I'm gonna say, and I know I done thought out the consequences and the repercussions most of the time. This time, we got quarterbacks coming in. We had quarterback situation last year.
Yeah.
We had an offensive coordinator or a quarterback situation the prior year.
Yeah.
We may have caught lightning in the bottle, and this is what we're trying to figure out 3 years ago. Was that lightning in the bottle?
Well,
I'm saying 3 years ago from now.
Mm-hmm.
Was that lightning in the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a great quarterback? Or did we have a great offensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I was never prepared for.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna be prepared for.
Preach, brother, preach. Take your time. Take your time, preacher. Take your time.
And I'm willing to show off hands and feet.
Ooh.
I'm willing to show my hands and feet because where we done came. Now I know I give you a lot of flack for 1 and 10, but you came from 1 and 10. I came here. But I'm saying all that stuff me and you went through ain't a thing no more.
No, facts.
So for us to have an offensive coordinator saying we got we right there on the curve, we right there. We ain't nothing but. It's not even pieces. We don't even need pieces to turn the corner. It's just concentration, focus, and discipline. We don't need to add nothing else to the facilities.
Accountability, but yeah.
That still resides in the facility. I hear offensive coordinator want to interview. And I've talked to people. He wants to interview. Okay, so you want to interview. What? I thought when he brought you back, you said you was gonna get him because your boy Sean wouldn't let you call plays. You was gonna give us at least 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me give you straight in the camera.
I was, hey Ant, I'm with you, brother, until this happened. And I said this on Larry Glover's show this afternoon. So it's going to be regurgitation a little bit. So when head coach Mark Stoops, went to LA, I don't know if he called them, he Zoomed them, he Skyped them. I don't know what he did. He FaceTimed them. Whatever the operation he did, he sat up there like we talking right now and said, Liam, we need you back, bro. What do I have to do to get you back? However, if we make this agreement, as you stated prior, you're going to have to give us at least 3 years or 2 years, whatever the timing was, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, not 2, not 3, not 4, not whatever that was, right? That was the agreement, right? Then Liam comes and says all the right things. Yes, it's nice to be wanted. I love this. It's a family environment. I can raise my kid. I just got a new kid, raise my family, my wife, blah, 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 and all that, right? They go through the season. And then the coach who sat up in front of him on FaceTime, Zoom, whatever vehicle, has 1 3/4 feet out the door. He had 1 7. He had 1 15/16 feet out the door. As I've heard, he was gone. It wasn't like he was it was like no, he was gone to take that job at A&M. And whatever happened in between time, whatever, he comes back. Now, if I'm Liam, I'm like, okay, all right. The guy who sat in front of me on my couch, on FaceTime, on Zoom, made a commitment to me, and I was supposed to make a commitment to him. But oh no, he wanted to test the waters, way in the water, and was going without giving me a heads up.
Yeah. So
therefore, now all that good vibes, all that good intentions, all that stuff now has been severed, because now I don't know when you might go. You might hop in the middle of the season, as far as I know. So therefore, now I'm going to start interviewing, and this is what I think the interviewing is for. And I say this for just our show. So in the NFL, you have to interview and be on the interview circuit, so to speak, to be able to get your next job. Because now, if you interview well, that permeates throughout the NFL circle. So even if I don't get the job, or I don't want the job, I get within that circle of, oh, he's a good interviewer, he would be a good option. What happened to us is it wasn't a fit at the time. Maybe he wanted this and we weren't able to give him that. Maybe we already had a quarterback set and he wanted to bring in his own quarterback. Or maybe there was some stuff going on with the quarterback, whatever. We had a little bit of a disagreement. But the plan he laid forward for us and our organization was on point. And I think for that, he would be a great option if the GM of another team contacts me and say, okay, how's the interview? How was for your coordinator, whatever job it was? You say, man, it was impressive. Then for me, I'm going to the interview with him like, okay, he's impressive. So I personally think it is within his best to possibly get back to the NFL to interview. So I ain't got no problem interviewing after Stoops did what he did to. And then here's the thing. I ain't got no problem with Stoops doing what's best for him and his family either. If he want to leave, that's the best for him and his family. So therefore, I can't get mad at Liam doing the same thing. I just can't.
So many layers. So many layers. Layers. If you like layer cake, you came to the right place. Van House. You unraveled a lot of stuff. And I had a talk with myself before I came on here. Whether I was going to be locker.
Okay.
And you know what? And I apologize to the people who watch it. Because when we started the locker was, man, I felt like whatever I was going to say. Now there's attention being paid to us.
Uh-oh.
So now, I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm definitely
whoa. Time out. Put a pin in it. Wait. You said something. It's only 10 people watching the show. So you saying some attention that oh, okay. All right, I got you. Keep talking.
Two things that you said that unraveled. One, Stoops ain't leaving here. And USM Cat fans said he didn't know if everybody was questioning whether Stoops was gone or not. I guess that's a legitimate gripe or question you want to ask. Stoops wasn't leaving. Van, that night when the whole thing about Stoops leaving, I didn't talk to UK people. I was talking to Texas A&M people. I wasn't talking to UK people. Hey. So I know what Texas A&M was looking for. You look at the damn coach they hired. Look at the coach they hired, and what did they ask him to do?
Him and Mike Stoops are like this. Him and Mark Stoops like this. They Spider-Man. They looking at each other. They pointing at each other.
Huh. I did not. Huh?
This is good shit. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. This is good shit. I'm learning something tonight. I need to. Shit. Hey,
so I told you. Did you not know? I wasn't talking to UK. The one person I talked to in UK, I asked them what's going on with Stoops. They told me they did not know. They had no idea. I went across the bridge. I went on the other side. I talked to 3 people. I talked to several people. Oh, yeah, he gone. Oh, damn. I'm talking this 11 o'clock at night, 11, 12. It went on to 1 o'clock in the morning. And I know exactly why Stoops ain't leave. Now, the only part I am kind of wavering on, whether he would have left if the stipulations weren't so high. But if you ain't gonna make no more money, would you go to another job to make the same amount of money and they require you to work 15-hour days when you only at this point only want to have to work 10-hour days?
Yeah.
And if our revenue drops, we're gonna fire you.
Right.
Now, if you keep our revenue steady, and you might work a little bit over, you don't work to 15, but revenue is steady, you might be like, so you're dumb to take on that. But all I'm saying is now, well, hold on. I'm gonna make sure we clear here before I go to my next layer. Because I'm gonna be on Liam's ass. Liam, I'm on your ass, boy. I'm on your ass. I was on your ass. I was on your ass after year 1. I was on your ass after year 1.
Yeah.
I ain't never changed stream.
And we were the only. I'm gonna say this. I don't watch. I don't want to say any podcast because I have watched for a few minutes some other podcasts here and there. But I'm safe to say, because we were one of the only ones that had questions about the initial stint at our university. I'm gonna say this one more thing. I'm gonna let you go. People tend to forget that defense held that year together to that LSU game. But I digress. Go ahead, brother.
Nah, go ahead.
No.
I say I want you. This Arch. I want you to get your pieces in. Go ahead. Because I don't want to do nothing that's gonna hurt us.
Look, all right, I'm gonna say it. So I'm gonna say, so we have turned over a new leaf as we are going to turn down the profanity.
Yes,
we have agreed to that.
Well, and now apparently there ain't really no agreements. That was HR. That's the real HR. that was HR.
And now apparently there is some worry around the company, the higher ups within this broadcast, that are fearing that we are saying things that can be taken out of context that is true, but some people are not comfortable with the truth. So I'm going to say this. Back in 2021, I think Liam Cohen is a really, really good play caller on Saturdays. We have seen him call some good stuff to get us easy scores. The problem with that sometimes is we forget the series prior to that where we can't get a first down. We forget the series before that when we look a little disjointed. We forget where sometimes it doesn't seem like the players understand where they're supposed to be. And I say that because if we're going to blame the guy prior to Liam Cohen, the guy who was in between Liam Cohen, the cream to the Liam Cohen cookie, pause. If that's the case, and we blame him repeatedly for the inefficiencies and the issues with that team, but it's interesting, and I've said as many times, that the bookend years, we don't blame the coordinator. He goes without blame. And I think Anthony knows me, but I think on this program, I've been consistent about whom I normally lay the issue with. It's normally the player. And I'm going to be consistent with that. When Scangarella was here, I've said it's the players. And I'm not going to change it because Liam is here and he calls good stuff. I'm not. But it's interesting that from the fandom that Liam gets a pass. When we are running 30 plays a game, that issue is brought up, then it's like a fart in the wind. It's gone. But when the other guy prior to him wanted to run screen ball, what screen? I guess you're going to run a screen next time. I guess this time I'm going to run. I bet you on 3rd and 4th, you're going to run a screen. But no one says consistently, oh, well, sheesh, I hope we get over 20 plays against Tennessee. Man, Vandy, we're going to get 12 plays. Like, no one. And I'm not blaming it on Liam, but I am putting it in a mirror in some of the fans' face. Why do you not blame Liam the same way you blame Eddie Grant and Rich Scangarella? It's kind of interesting to me how certain people get a pass. I'm going to say this, and this last one, I know I said it last time. We had a offensive line coach, last name that related to an animal, represents an animal. He left to go to another university whose mascot is an animal, which I guess all mascots are animal. Well, one is an elephant. And the rave reviews about this guy, right? What old lineman has he recruited for us? So, on top of that, when he left, did he leave the O-line room in a better situation than when he got there? As a human being, as a coach, as a player, for me, I want to leave the situation that I came into. And when I leave it, I want it better than what I came into it at. And when he came into UK, the O-line room was in a pretty good shape. When he left, it was horrendous.
Yeah. And he called Saban to retire.
So it's just interesting to me. I don't understand where some of these narratives come from. And here's what I'm saying. He's not a bad coach. I'm not saying it, huh?
Who ain't a bad coach?
Wolf.
Oh.
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. What I'm saying, What I'm saying is he's not Joe Bugle, but I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying that sometimes the narrative is opposite, in my opinion, what reality is. And that goes on with a whole lot of other coaches that's currently on the staff. I think the narrative is different than reality. And the thing about is my reality. I don't know what the reality is because I'm not in Lexington. But I can put, hey, I'm an engineer. I'm good at math. I know 2 + 2 is 1.
I'm gonna tell you this. And I'm like, all right, man. I'm gonna do it. If we commit podcast suicide, then we're gonna do it. I mean, man, you can't take none from me I ain't never had.
Facts.
I mean, whatever it is, man. I mean, I'm still gonna be on the radio airwaves, and if you do take me off, believe I ain't gone. I'm gonna say this. I will say this. I can tell you it's probably 3 people from what you just said. There's 3 people who are looking for us to progress. I think Vince wants us to progress. I think Anwar wants us to progress.
Facts. Damn, that third one's hard, ain't it? that third one got you puzzled.
No. I forgot about it. I just forgot about it. Brad White. Like, I think Brad White is here for the right reason. I think Anwar is here for the right reason. And I think Vince is here for the right reason. And it's not like I'm saying those guys. No, I'm telling you, I don't think the rest of them are here for the right reasons. If you want to include the head coach in that, you include the head coach in that. I'm saying these people is trying to make us better. They trying to make us better. And I see it. I foxes with Vince. I foxes with Stu. I don't know Brad White, but I talked to Stu, and I had the same conversation he had with Brad White. Well, me and Brad talked about that, so I already know what page we on. The common denominator in all this problem is if Stoops wants to do better, he can do better. Right. Is he gonna do better?
Right.
I don't think so. He wants everybody to point. And here's the thing, Stoops. I'm gonna say this, Mike. I know you follow the show, so Mike, go back and tell Mark this.
Hey.
You want him to pony up. You want him to pony up so you don't have to do that work. Because I deal with the same shit on my job. I don't make. That's our cuss word for the day. No more. I don't make them. I make. What do I make? I make
bleep it out, HR.
1,000, 2,000 of what he make. But all we want you to do is win 8 games. It's gonna hurt you to go out and win 10. Put a little effort in. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, Mark. I get up some days. I don't go in at 10 o'clock when I'm supposed to be there at 9 o'clock or 8:30. But I'm only making a little bull jive. I'm making. So for us to get to where we got to get to, Stoops gonna have to put it down and have his other people put it down. But the one I told you what's going on in the locker room, the one thing you did bring up was accountability. You can't be accountable for your workers if you're not there.
Ooh.
Or not willing to be there. Or not willing to sacrifice. Here. Oh, hold on. I done told you this before. When I was with the Raiders, Tyrone Wheatley told me. We used to deal with this, and I never really understood it in college. When you run the gassers and you don't hit the line,
yeah,
and they make everybody start over.
Yeah.
Because if your teammate jump off sides, we all suffer. If your teammate don't go that extra inch, we don't. On 4th and an inch, we don't get the inch. But Tyrone Wheatley told me, I'm talking about Tyrone Wheatley, Randy Jordan, Napoleon Kaufman, like Zach Crockett. There's people way in front of me. I'm like 5th or 6th string. He got in my ass. I ain't gonna have speed, but I just did what I thought was comfortable. No, and when you want to be a champ, you don't live in comfort. You don't want to live in comfortable land. So he said, no, because whatever you take off now is gonna cost us later. So if I can't rely on you to get us where we need to get to, then we don't have a need for you. And after that, I was like, damn, like, I was supposed to be playing. And another conversation came up. He said, If I get hurt, who got to go in? If he
You.
get hurt, who got to go in?
You.
And that's I was like, damn, like that is a hell of a. So if you are setting a standard that mediocrity is okay or not doing 100% is okay, you can get that off in the Big Ten for 3/4 of the season, and in the other conference in America, you can get that off for most of the season. SEC, you can't get that off. You can't get that off for even a quarter of the season.
Hey, this is why I like doing this show with you, because we like water. We just flow with each other, because you just said something that rings on so many levels. You didn't say wasn't Gruden your own coach then?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anthony, who's your OC?
Who's the guy who took over after Gruden and lost the Super Bowl? Start with.
I know you're talking about. He had glasses.
Little bitty short guy. Yeah, short guy with glasses.
All right. So here's the interesting thing that I want people to understand, and we have said on this show. We had Jock Jones on this show, and we tried to help y'all understand. He didn't say John Gruden came to him and said that. He didn't say his OC came in and said that. He ain't say his running back coach said that to him. He ain't say the strength and conditioning. Callahan, right. He said one of his peers. And that statement was made when, and in 1999? Or 2000? 2000. Y'all, understand this. That statement was made in passing, so to speak, in the year of 2000. This is 23 plus years later. And those words from his peers still hang on the tip of his tongue right now. There's a lot of stuff I'm sure John Gruden said that you don't remember. So I want people to understand. That leadership, accountability, and discipline, it starts with the CEO, but it is policed. It is driven home. It is more taken into from a player. Now, the coach got to give you the power and allow you to do this, because sometimes you might have to interrupt him. Hey, man, hey, I got this. Let me handle this. So there are situations where you got to get in his face too and say, no. I don't need you to handle this. We're going to handle this. We're going to handle this within us.
Yep.
And you're going to be happy with the results after we take care of his, you know what? Because we know what to do. We as his peers, his brothers who know who he really is inside out. We go to parties with him. We hang on the dorm with him. We know more than you would ever know. So Tyrone Wheatley, boy, you showed your age when you just said those things. Crockett. Most people don't even know who they are.
Tyrone Wheatley was the back. When I wanted to go to Michigan, Tyrone Wheatley was the starting back at that point.
I bet you nobody know Tyrone Wheatley played for Michigan. Like, you went back in the vault. So, but I want y'all to understand that just like Anthony said that, there are things that Marty Moore, Melvin Johnson said to me, Don Robinson, Willie Cannon, there goes on that those words stick home to me. If you ain't got the right players in that locker room, and people are going to say that our team under Mark Stoops has not been a very disciplined team since day one. And I would kind of agree with them. But this team cuts the cake. This team wasn't even close. And I guarantee you can look at all these teams. I'm going to talk defensively. That defensively, you can name a player on that side of the ball that was a leader, from DeAndre Square, Jock Jones, to Pascal, to Josh Allen. You can keep going down the line. Name me on this year's team who was that dude. I don't think you can. On the defensive squad side of the ball, give me a guy, because here, it ain't got to be the best player. I don't think DeAndre Square was the best player ever on a defensive team that he was on. There was always somebody that was a little more talented. But I'm talking about from a leadership point that people respect when he says something.
It should have been either Weaver. It should have been either Weaver, or it should have been a D-Jack. And in all honesty, it could have and should have been. It could have and should have been Big Zero. So my whole point is, and here's the one thing that you and I both probably gonna agree on: that Tim never, if you want to be that big dog, you're gonna put your, and what did who was it? Kobe or Mike? One of them said the reason they want to take the last shot, and the only reason they don't want the other person taking the last shot, is because I was in the gym 24/7.
Kobe.
I was there. I'm not gonna put the game in your hands because you wasn't there doing what you were supposed to be doing. It was supposed to be done.
Right.
And he gonna live and die with the result. I'm not gonna live and die with your half-ass result. Right. And that's why I think when you ask who the person is, Deion might not be old enough. D-Jack, I think, was, but as you pointed out, he was put in a lot of situations where his stats didn't really come out to show what he was really doing on the field. And other than that, another thing, I'm gonna say this, and you are accustomed to this. Who that? I knew somebody was gonna say Wallace. I knew somebody to bring Wallace ass about there, because Van, the one who pointed out to me, I thought Wallace was that dude. Man, you got to look at them last 6 games. Ray Charles out there. Ray Charles. But I will say, the coach can, and Bill Curry was good at that. And that's one thing. You might not like it or whatever. Coach Smith in the DB room was good at that. Like you said, it wasn't about who had the better game, who did this. I'm a defensive coordinator. Well, he wasn't a defensive coordinator at that point. Archer was. But I need you to be where you're supposed to be. If you where you're supposed to be and I make a bad call, my bad. I ain't gonna never put you in that position again. And you might not be in that position again, so I don't have to be able to not call that play. But all that stuff goes down. So there's a lot that goes into it, but that's one thing Mark Stoops needs to graduate to. You got to find some leaders of the team and make them leaders. Hold on. I'm going to say this, Van. I'm going to let you go. I was watching the video today. When I was made a captain the year after. Well, I was a captain my junior year, but I was a captain. Me and Snedeker were the captains our senior. I think Dusty was as well. Before every practice. It's funny. I seen this on Instagram. Before every practice, I would tell a joke. And they thought it was stupid. Some of them would be good. Some of them would be stupid. I'm talking, you got everybody. You got 100 people. And we got our hands up like this. Everybody break down. Not me. All right, I'm going to ask y'all so-and-so. And sometimes they'll laugh and break off. And I was watching the video the other day, and a coach said, that's the best thing you can do. And I was like, okay. It was what it was. Go ahead with it.
Look, you just said that. I'm going to start with that. Y'all, and I just had this conversation with my son. Life is about consistency. Being consistent in whatever you do is when you reach greatness. It's not ebbs and flows. It's about getting to that mark, and then you keep staying here. You're going to get up. You're going to keep climbing, but you got to stay consistent. Here's the thing I want people to understand, especially for high school people who are watching the show. The best leaders that I've ever played for were not the best players on the team. They were not. The best leaders I played for showed us how to give maximum effort every day, every rep, every drill. Now, if that happens to be your best player, now you're sitting on a gold. That's why Michael Jordan was that dude, because he get maximum effort every. So now, if I'm the best player, and I've been given the leadership. I don't know what the right word is, because that leadership carries a lot of weight. I get that title of being a leader, and if I'm giving it all, I can sit up in any meeting, I can sit up during any game, and I can rip you a new one, because I have built the cachet, maybe in that moment or in practice, that, well, he don't never take a break. Well, he runs first team and he runs scout team. Dude, he's out here 20 minutes after practice over with. Man, he's in there in the weight room getting extra reps. Oh, I see him in the film room when the lights off and the people who clean up behind the vacuum cleaners coming on. He's still in the meeting room. So how can I say anything to him when he getting on me? Because I can't get on him about anything. Even when he makes a mistake, he owns up to it. He makes a mistake, he's going full speed. He's accountable to his issues. So therefore, when he's on me, it must be warranted. So I want y'all to understand, you ain't got to be Michael Jordan to be a good leader, though. You ain't even got to be a captain, because captainship is a popularity contest. I don't have to be a captain to be a leader. I don't have to have that C on my uniform to be a leader. That just says captain. Leadership is a whole nother level. So I'm going to say that, y'all, you ain't got to be the captain. You ain't got to be the most popular guy. You ain't got to be kissing butt to everybody else paws so you can get that title of captain. I would rather be respected than liked. Period. You can talk all bad about me behind my back, but you can't say that you don't respect me. So I'm off my soapbox.
All right, so we done been around the corner. We done been around the block. We done spent one around the block. And you never really fully said. You tell me you played for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Actually, I guess if Liam does go to the Big Ten, he does have an offensive mindset that can work in the Big Ten as long as you got a strong arm, because all they want to do is ground. So now they talking about receivers, quarterbacks coming in, kind of wanting to stay. Why does Liam just not say, I'm not entertaining that stuff, and kill all this buzz? Now I gotta come back at another side to this. But what is your take? Would you just slap Liam in the face if you ask Liam's number, text him, Liam, if you want to be here, don't be here. And there may be a reason he don't want to be here. But I'm saying you already came one and done. Why would you come back and one and done again? Now the narrative is you didn't coach the Super Bowl team and you didn't coach it. Why not just kill the buzz? Like, you are messing up recruiting. It's because there's somebody in the media, podcast world, and Lexington, in Fayette County, Lexington world, Kentucky world, that has said transfer portal and NIL is going to ruin college sports. It is right now, as we speak. It is ruining it. I'm telling you, Nick gone, Hardball gone, and you ain't gave me no credit yet. But I told your ass the Dabo was going to be gone. I told you Dabo is on a slippery slope.
Yeah, man. It is, but look, Ant, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. I hear you. I'm gonna say this. I don't think Liam came into this with that in mind. I don't think he was coming here to say, oh, after this season, I'm going. Dude, he just went and got Vandegrift, he got Boley, he got Saunders coming next. I don't think in his mind that was his thought process. I really don't. But whatever date that was, when was the Louisville game? Whatever that day after the Louisville game, and the whole stuff came out that Mark Stoops going to Texas A&M, I can't only imagine the pillow talk that the Coens had between him and his wife at that moment. I can't imagine. I bet you she was like, you know what, honey? Go do what you gotta do. Because she probably the one who wanted him to come back. Because he wanted a family atmosphere to raise their son. I bet you she was like, he looked at her, she looked at him, and they were like, all right. The floodgates open. We are listening to any and everything that comes our way. Because I learned that she's from California, or from Vegas, I think. Or mom's in Vegas, she's from California, something like that. She's a West Coast girl. So I don't think it's a money deal.
I'm going to ask you this, though. I'm going to ask you this. Two-way street. Liam says, oh, this joke was just about to bounce on us like that. Man, I don't know if you listen. I don't know how, I don't know. Like, if you put peroxide, and yeah, you put peroxide in air, it will bubble up the wax and stuff, and it'll harden it up and you can soften up, and you can squish it out. Right. So I don't know if you hear or not. If that's what you need to do that. That if Stoops was going to leave, I want to see your response to this. If Stoops was going to leave, and this may have been what you were saying, but you didn't say it the way I wanted it to be heard. If Stoops was going to leave, Stoops feel like, man, y'all going to pay me more money. You one of the top 10, 12 paid coaches in America. No, not for the job you did in Kentucky. Now, if you want to come to Texas and do that,
I got you.
We got all the money. We'll pay you $20 million a year.
Oh, I'm talking about Liam.
Bring us championship.
I'm talking about Liam, not Stoops. I'm talking about Liam, not Stoops. I'm not talking about Stoops. Okay.
Calm down, calm down. What they got them videos? Calm down, calm down. Now listen, you man, we got an hour show. I got to go around the block with you first.
Okay.
But okay. So they tell Stoops, whoop-de-woo. Stoops says, I'm going to go back over where I'm comfortable at. I'm going to stay over comfortable making my $9 million. Because all y'all want to pay me is $9 million or $8 million plus incentives. Like for me to get 15, 12 or something, I got to do incentives. So your coordinator's like, man, I ain't got carte blanche over here. So you want to come back here and rest on my laurels? Whose laurels we resting on, man? So, as a coordinator, that's why I said Brad White is on some other stuff. Brad White knows something I don't know. Brad White knows where a body at. Brad White knows where a body is at. But I'm saying that it might have, if it rubbed Liam the wrong way, or that him leaving, I think if it rubbed Liam the wrong way, him flirting with leaving, because there's people on this podcast right now that know what the particulars were. So if your whole thing is, so put it like this. If somebody want to pay me to go to ESPN and me and you making, say, monetarily, we making some bread. And you the one stay on top of the sports. You the one, man, I'm just here to talk about it. I'm local, so I get to, dude, can you imagine if people was feeding me, would they feed Matt Jones and his crew, and you doing the regular that you do, and I'm feeding it to you? So now you got people being honest, people who know what's going on, and being fed what's going on. So me being fed what's going on, know what's going on, and breaking down what's going on, there's no need for anybody else. That's not going to happen. My whole point going back to is I'm a little bit concerned that Liam may feel as if, okay, you want to stay here and you want me. And I said it ain't fair to Liam. I understand. You're right. The players wouldn't do what they're supposed to be doing. It's not fair to Liam for 4 quarters to have to be consistently in his bag. Now you might need to get in your bag every now and then, here and there. But you shouldn't have to be in your bag the whole damn game.
The whole game.
We should pick up some 3rd and 3s.
Right.
We should get 5 or 6 yards on the
first.
Facts.
Yeah. I gotta make a perfect call to get us 2 yards. I shouldn't have to do that. No, hey, I shouldn't have to on 3rd and 1 make the perfect call for us to get 1.5 yards. I should better just hey Vince, call this play. It's 3rd and 2. You can call this one. No, you're right. That's a BS, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this wrench in it. All right. What if Liam was in his pillow talk with his wife and said, I wish he does leave, because that'll make me better. That would make me feel more comfortable staying. Because I don't agree with everything that's going on with the program now. We bring in a new voice, a new whatever you want to say. Okay, I can dig that. I will stay here as an OC if you bring in the right guy. So now when he comes back, now you're like, nah, sucker. Nah, job turkey. You can't do me like that. You can't be gone and come back, job turkey. I'm going to do the same thing. I wonder if you really think about it, because now that I'm thinking about it, right, when it happened, Liam was quiet.
All Liam has to come out and do is say, I'm not going nowhere.
Maybe Liam wants something.
Maybe Liam making market value. I ain't gonna get a
look.
Okay, so you looking on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
If you're looking on the screen, and you're looking on the screen, but this ain't the first time. How many offensive coordinators did Mark Stoops give 100% autonomy to?
And
called head coach of the offense. He named 2 people head coach of the offense.
Right, Anthony. I'm gonna give my boy Adam Luckett kudos for this.
Adam Luckett. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yo, what you bring to the table, Adam.
For sure. Adam Luckett said, "What CEO is gonna give any manager of his company 100% of anything? I'm the one that is gonna be critiqued at all costs. So I'm never giving someone 100% of anything. So for anyone to believe that Coach Stoops is going to give, we're just going to turn our backs to the offense and say, y'all just do whatever y'all want, that will never happen. I don't think Stoops is calling plays. I like how when the offense is not going well, it's Stoops' fault. But when the offense is going well, it ain't because of Stoops. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say it's Stoops' fault when the offense is doing, because I don't think it's that way anyway. You can't say it's Stoops' fault when it's going wrong, but don't say it's because of Stoops when things are going right. Which one is it? If he's the case of going wrong, he's the case for being right. You can't have it both ways. I don't think Stoops is involved. I will say this. I bet you Stoops says, hey, it's 3rd and short, run the ball. I would say he does that, but he ain't in on every call in the game. He ain't telling him what to do on every situation. But I'll say this. He does tell him at the end of the half, don't throw the ball. I'm the guy who is the leader of this team. That's my right.
Right.
I don't think any defensive coordinator coach is going to give his offensive coordinator coach. The offensive coordinator got to ask him, can I call a timeout? You know, they don't just say, I'm going to call timeout because I want to call timeout. Hey, head coach say, hey, you can call timeout. That's how it works, man. And all this control is just BS to me. No one is. You go, Anthony. I don't want to get on that tangent anymore. because I was on the verge of cursing.
I will say this, Van. I agree with a whole lot you said. The one part I don't agree with is, as a CEO of this team, are you going to give somebody? No, you're not going to give anybody. Here's the problem. I ain't going to say the problem. Here's the situation. Mark Stoops is going to be bought out of a damn near $9 million a year contract if something doesn't go right.
Yeah, for sure.
So when one of your people asks, because our offense is struggling. Receivers ain't going to meetings. Receivers ain't doing what they're supposed to do. Mark Stoops, he ain't got to deal with them. You the one who got to run the offense on Saturday. Defensive players don't do what they're supposed to do. You're the one that got Brad White, the one that got to run the defense on Saturday. Mark Stoops has a luxury of knowing. If y'all don't, man, they better buy me out. I'm going to go here retire. What you about to hear me say for the next 5 to 10 years is Mark Stoops is going to retire a Kentucky coach. That ain't bad to nobody. To me, and should be to you, that we got a lot more than what we bargaining for. We have a lot more to fight for on the plate than we had to fight for. There's a lot more meat on that bone that people ain't fighting for. But Mark Stoops is going to retire as a UK coach. And for that to be your first job, that speaks volumes to me. But nobody can argue with it because he took us to where they need to be. He's going to be financially secure. There's really nothing else to say about it.
Yeah.
So somebody like Liam Cohen want to make it to the next level.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Oh, I'm gonna say this. Mark Stoops is in a predicament he's in because of Mark Stoops. He's in the purgatory, I guess, if that's the right word to use in this situation, because of himself. And that is a great.
He can maneuver however he wants to.
Exactly.
He can make it go whatever direction he wants to.
Exactly. Because without me, y'all ain't never been here. Without me, y'all ain't never been here. It ain't never been close to being here. You ain't never been close where people are complaining about the last 2 years. Here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you subscribe to this, but I always subscribe to the last 5 years. You talk about the last 5 years of your job success, of your income, if you're a business, last 5 years. Who cares about the 20 years you're in business? What are you doing the last 5 years? When you go, people only want to talk about the last 2, but conveniently leave out 2021. That wasn't that long ago. It's like when people talk about civil rights. 1965 ain't that long ago. If you really think about it.
Right.
2021 is a blink away. Well, we just conveniently forget about 2021. And for me, we conveniently forget about 2020 and 2019. I know 2020, people are going to say was rough, right? But the things that happened in 2020 to have us even win some games, when you go look back at that season in 2019, are remarkable. So for our fan base to be upset with 14-12, the last 2 years is crazy to me. It ain't like we were 14-12 and should have been really 3-9. We should have been the opposite way. We should have been more on the 9-win side than the 7-win side.
Yeah.
So, but he has created a monster within himself where you can't. Football is not here. You're gonna, for our program, you're gonna have some of these. At least we ain't Northwestern. Think about Northwestern. They Big Ten champs in the 90s. Ain't never been close since then. They had 1 year. They had 1 year It ain't never been close to it since. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Minnesota, who had that great year, or Indiana had that great year a couple years, and they was zooming up, and the coach got a new contract, and then all of a sudden it's, does anybody like the 76 back-to-back years? No. Especially when, like you said, Anthony, we have the roster to be better. We don't need pieces, as you eloquently said earlier. We don't need pieces. We don't need to get this person on that. We need to, as a squad, focus, execute, discipline, accountability. It's that simple. Those are the easiest things to fix. Because you ain't got to go find somebody. But now your players got to buy in, though. And that's when, as y'all know, I talk about players. That's when coaching matters. To get the players to buy in. You set the template, they buy into it, and then the peers take over from there. But you got to have the buy-in, and he might not be having the buy-in.
Who might not be having the buy-in?
Stoops. Uh-oh. I said something wrong.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you one MFing thing. We had quarterbacks lead this joker. We had receivers last year. If you didn't have a catch last year, all them receivers left. Tier F.
Facts. Every single one.
We had, I think the running back room was a little whatever. Now this year we got you know what position? See, Mama, I love you and my sister. That's why I ain't even gonna curse. Do you know a position people don't leave because of? Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna ask you this first. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. What was our strongest position, most consistent position last year?
Defensive line. Defensive line. Defensive line. Not even close.
Where did we have? Dude, I didn't even realize this until I was informed. We had 6 defensive tackles. I know from one person. I don't know for certain. I got to look it up. We had 6 defensive. One person probably had 6 sacks from the interior line.
Yes. Facts.
The year before, I didn't notice. The year before it was like 8 or something. But as a whole defense line, it was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Like it doubled or tripled.
Okay, no, for sure.
Hold on. So the whole point is certain people going out there, bringing people in, developing them, and executing. They executing because they understand what they're supposed to be doing when they go through meetings. And like I said, man, everybody knows Stu, my boy. But here's the difference. If Stu was jacking up, I'll get a Stu that. Like, I'll let Stu know. Like, dude, I don't have to do that because Stu came up, same cloth me and Van came. The same stuff me and Van mad about, Stu mad about. But he just out there. But it's certain coaches. I mean, like I said, there's certain coaches. Offensive line coach can bring whoever he want to bring in. He can find some dogs. Why do we not bring in dogs? Why do we bring in people that other people don't want? Why don't we go poach some other people? Okay, Nick Saban left Alabama. Well, we did bring in the aspect, but I'm saying let's poach some of these players that Michigan got. Harbaugh about to leave. Let's go get some of these players. Everybody's not into it the way they is. And that's why the big thing on a lot of people was Stu's contract. Oh, man, Stu finally got paid. No, because Stu was doing this shit for free. Like he was balling for free. Now, y'all, even the stuff that y'all writing about, he ain't making, another one is homeboys, Clinkscale. Clinkscale, when we was in town, we'd go out to the bars. Clinkscale had to go to Michigan to get paid because Stoops, like, as long as Stoops paid, everything's Gucci. All I'm telling you, Stoops, keep your money. Make sure everybody else putting down work. But no, you're not going to do that because you're going to get pushback. And that's why I'm scared Lynn want to go, because you not putting enough pushback on the rest of them to make sure that everybody's being accountable. Now, Mike, go tell Mark that. And if he want to hire me, I can hold y'all accountable.
I'm gonna push back on something though. Because I thought you was gonna say this about the salary. Mark Stoops' salary has nothing to do with everybody else's salary. Now, Mark Stoops can be comfortable in his salary. I would take you that. There is an assistant.
That's where I'm at with it. No, well, that's where I'm at. That's the whole thing I'm at with it.
There is an assistant coach's pool. Your coordinators should make the most money. Period. Everybody under that should be, in my opinion, position coaches should be right around the same plus or minus $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. But when your right-hand man that has been with you, that you brought from Nebraska with you here, is damn near, that's my second one. I want to emphasize this. Damn near making the same amount as your coordinators. As your coordinators, you are affecting everybody else money. Yeah, you are affecting everybody else's coins. Now, is he worth that amount? I don't know. I don't get into that. But apparently, from the head coach's standpoint, he's worth that amount. But when you deem him worth that amount, you're deeming everybody else under him ain't worth that amount. Because you ain't going to make no more money. Because I only got a set amount of coin to div it out to everybody. So if you imagine, if he made what Stu is making, he could raise everybody coin up $300,000-$400,000, well, about $200,000-$300,000 if you look at it. But when you giving a guy who's not a coordinator that kind of cash, you are affecting the livelihood of everybody, and then you're affecting the. I don't think people understand how much Stu loves this university. Because if not, you and I would have told him 2 years ago to get up out of here.
Yeah, for three? What, three? For 300?
Dude, that's entry level. That's entry level.
And you put people in the league, and you put people in the league on a yearly basis.
Every year. So I want people to understand that man loves his university more than, I think, Anthony, more than we love the university, because I'm not standing for that. And
he got faith. He's a man of faith. He knows it's gonna work out in the end. I ain't trying to do all that front end work.
You cannot get that money back. You can never get that money back. So I want people to understand that and I'm not saying that the guy making 7 figures should be making 7 figures. I don't know. I don't know the going rate. I don't get into every other position coach with that. I just don't know. I know what our staff is making.
He has several titles. That man does have several titles, though. He has several titles, and one thing I will give him credit for, I think he does do a lot of leg work. Which I ain't gonna say that's recruiter level, but
Anthony, is that double the amount? Is he doing double the work?
Nah, I mean, as long as he's been coaching, he should be around 600 or 700.
Okay, but he's making more than that.
Right, so I'm saying that extra money. What was what was Michigan State? What was your boy gonna pay him? Your boy is gonna pay him to come up there, or you think that was a buddy deal?
Come on, man.
Before he got fired, because they paid him outrageously.
You just said something about his boss, right? I don't know the situation. You brought it up. I'm just speculating. I bet you there was some on him making that kind of money at Michigan State. You ain't just gonna come here and win 7 games. We're already playing. What's his name? $10 million a year. We're gonna pay you that amount. We expecting W's. Or you can come back to Kentucky, make that kind of money.
Wait a minute, hold on. What we talking about?
We talking about Vince.
Talking about. Yeah, but Mel Tucker, all they want Mel Tucker, dude. They don't care if you lose Ohio State or Michigan.
He
You
ain't no
just gotta
longer
win
there.
8. You gotta win 9 to 10 games. He in the same boat as Stoops.
Hey, Mel Tucker gone, brother.
No, I'm saying before. When we were saying when they was offering Vince, when they was offering Vince to go to Michigan State. When I'm saying when they was offering Vince to go to Michigan State.
Yes. I'm saying
do you think that was a sham? That hey, man, they want me over here. So Stoops like, and they all might have been playing peanut butter and jelly. It might have all been peanut butter and jelly.
No, what I'm saying maybe the same thing that you said about Stoops and the incentives and the stress of reaching those incentives might have been the same thing that Vince had to agree to on his contract at Michigan State.
No, sir. I ain't subscribing to that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna subscribe to that.
I'm just throwing stuff against the wall.
It's cool for conversation purpose. I ain't subscribing to that one. And I don't know for a fact. This is nothing factual that I know. So don't take this and lay it out and write it up.
Do you believe that your recruiting coordinator should make the same money as your offensive and defensive coordinator?
No, but he does do several other jobs. And this is the locker. And the only reason I'm going to say is because it's on the locker. And you know this as well as I do. And I like Vince, so we ain't even going to trip on Vince, man. He's associate head coach, just like Ann said. He know where bodies buried.
That's what, dog. Look, and this is what I'm saying.
But everybody. Everybody, there's always somebody on the staff who know where the body is buried.
Right.
Man.
Exactly. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to everybody is that you get a coach's salary pool, right? Somebody's gonna make a little bit more, right? But when the guy's making a little bit more, is making a lot more than everybody else. How much should the associate coach make? A little bit more. How much should the recruiting coordinator make? Probably another 50, 100,000 more. That's more appetizing to me. If I'm a running backs coach, that's what I'm saying. That don't make me feel good.
I think you being a little clean though, Van. If your son was to get into coaching and he wanted to be a coordinator and you became a head coach somewhere, you wouldn't give him the max you can give him. Now you might be like you a sucker, you might. But I'm saying, man, just
no.
You know how many people I had? There's a lot of people telling me if you were the coach, they were the coach, they would bring me on their coaching staff and they would pay me handsomely. And I'm like, man, look, I don't mess around. I get down to the business, whoop-de-woo. So how you gonna pay me more than you would pay somebody who's been doing this their whole life and scheduling and all this other stuff?
Easily. Because maybe they ain't got the degree. That's all, man. There's a whole lot of.
My point is, you act like it's a problem with him hooking his, even if he just hooking Vince up.
No, Anthony, I'm not saying it's a problem. We got on a conversation about Stu. He finally getting paid. That's the issue I have. Well, all I'm saying is this, Anthony. I ain't got no problem with Vince making whatever he's making. I don't care. But here's the thing. Usually there's a salary scale. Usually there is if you are a position coach, you're making this. If you end up being recruiting coordinator, we add 100,000. You end up being associate coach, you added 100,000. You know what I'm saying? I understand that those titles.
Oh yeah, like a scale,
a bump in pay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I give you that. Yeah.
I don't think this is only a bump. I just think it's I think I'm worth this. Well, I'm gonna pay you this. It ain't no systematic.
USM Captain got a nice. He got like 3 titles. He's associate head coach, NFL liaison, recruiting coordinator, tight end coach. USM Cat fan said on documentation, I think USM Cat fan where I'm at. I ain't knocking what you saying, but I think me and USM Cat fan got a strong argument.
He said he's giving those titles to justify his salary. So them added titles is just making up a title just to justify his salary.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. I'm gonna say this, Anthony.
Yeah, we done finally got 10 damn likes, and when you look at it, we have 12 or 15,000 views, but we got 10 damn likes.
we rough the feathers.
If y'all don't like it, stop viewing it. Go ahead, man.
Nah, man.
Let's see what OJ, old former teammate over there chiming in.
What's up, JR? That's what I'm saying, man. But this is what I want you. It's hard. This is what I'm really getting at. It's hard to bump Stu's salary up when somebody's making a lion's share of the salary. Warranted or not. You can't pay him unless Stoops goes and asks for a bigger salary pool. That's really what it comes down to. Then the bigger salary pool, now he can add to some of the guys who are not making. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's why I told you he gonna retire here. If he don't change his practices, Stoops gonna retire here. Ain't nobody else putting up with this bullshit.
I don't think Stoops is going anywhere because he already tried to get out here a couple times.
Huh? A couple times. What's the other one? Or two?
Come on,
couple.
Come on, man. This ain't Stoops' first.
Nah, you might have heard otherwise. I mean, you might be hearing nah. You know what the thing is? I don't think the thing you understand really is the whole deal of let me act like I'm leave to make y'all try and keep me. You do understand that's the thing, right?
Oh, for sure. I've done
you
that.
some captains at Florida State? Man, please.
It ain't
okay.
Right. It ain't to say that they wanted him per se.
So he's acting like it's interesting. Oh. So who was interested in him between him and Florida State? Who was interested in who?
When what's the Western Kentucky guy left when he got fired? Stoops wanted a job. I'm gonna say that, and I don't fault him. He's been there. He knows the environment.
Who is that? Strong wasn't there, was it?
No, it wasn't Strong. It was
the other one.
Well, it was the Western Kentucky coach that beat us.
It was a brother, right?
Yeah, Western Kentucky coach.
Yeah. It was a brother. Yeah, Taggart. Yeah, Willie Taggart. That's what it was. Yeah. I knew it was a brother.
Look, y'all. Every coach, and this is why I highly despise when coaches get upset about players leaving. I hate it because the majority of coaches nowadays is looking for a better opportunity. It's just period, point blank. All these coaches
is better. Whoa! Hold on. Let me slow you down now. What better opportunities Mark Stoops looking for? One of the top 11 or 12 paid coaches in the country. There ain't no better opportunity for him to look for. That's what my problem is at our university. He's not looking to progress no more. He got what he gonna get. He can't do no better than he gonna do here.
Anthony.
Unless he wants a national championship.
There you go.
He don't.
There you go. Anthony. Every coach wants to win a natty, period. But here's the thing.
Mike Stoops, if you watching, chime in and let Van know that Mark
name dropping
on national championship.
Stop name dropping. Here's the thing, Anthony. When our recruiting budget is the bottom third of the conference, when our recruiting is the best in program history, is in the bottom third of the conference, you are fighting uphill every year to go 500 in conference. You are fighting a losing battle without the budget, without the recruiting chops at this university to really have a chance of consistently competing for a SEC championship. Would you rather go to a situation, and I know you say, well, he got to win such and such games, and that's a lot of stress. It'll be easier to win 9 games at Texas A&M. It will ever be to win 9 games here.
If you can coach.
Well, damn, who don't think they can coach? You just saying something from your point of view. Anthony, do you think Mark Stoops don't think he can coach?
I don't think he's concerned about coaching. That's the problem.
All I'm saying
I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, Van House. Do you know Elliot Uslack put Rashawn Salam in the Heisman voting?
Personally, he
in Colorado,
he unrolled him in.
He was offensive coordinator,
right? But Rashawn Salam was a dude. Period. Right?
I'll tell you this. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a dude. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a dude.
What are you trying to say?
I can do things Rashawn Salam could do. He could do things. He couldn't do nothing I couldn't do. It was things I could do he couldn't do.
So
my point is, you were saying if you think you are this, then you prove that he came here and that stuff didn't work here. So if Mark Stoops thinks he can win, yeah, he think he can win. Mark Stoops has gotten to the point where I can beat Florida, which is remarkable. I can beat South Carolina, I can beat Vandy, and I can beat 1 or 2 other teams. That still leaves you on the bottom half of the SEC. If you've been here this long, he gonna be the highest tenured coach in the SEC. Your mindset needs to change to, look, we need to be on the top. We need to be competing with Georgia for the SEC East. Oh, it ain't no. I mean, now we done away with all that. I think Mark Stoops is extremely comfortable. And if you look at my last Twitter post, when you become comfortable, that's when your growth stops.
No doubt. I don't disagree with that. I don't.
All right. We'll be in this show then. You done pissed me off.
What I do to piss you off?
I mean, it is what it is.
What I do?
Can say whatever you got to say, or we can end the show.
I apologize. It's my bad. I didn't mean to.
It ain't nothing to be sorry about. These people came here for some information. Only information we need is Mark Stoops need to hold people accountable.
Preach. Yay. Yes.
Okay. That's all we were saying. That's all I'm saying from the jump.
Yeah, that's it.
He paying the people he want to pay. Like I say, and like you said, the crazy thing is the person that's had the most success was the last person to get a raise, and everybody acts like, oh, here we go. Like, are you serious? That's just crazy. Like, that's offensive to me. But it is what it is. Football is different in this state. You're from a football state. I'm from a football state.
Hey, you just said all that, and you got turned twisted when I said anything about Vince.
No, Vince was a favor. Vince was a favor, and it was made. And like I said, I'm not saying it wasn't money well spent. I'm saying everybody. Okay, put it like this: if I ever get put in the Hall of Fame, I might be elated because I'm like, well, damn, this actually happened. But in all honesty, my mind will tell you, like, oh my God, oh, this is so great. There's people who still haven't done things I've done on two different positions. There's people who haven't done that's in the Hall of Fame. So what I'm saying is, so you give Stu, so a motherfucker who put people in the NFL all these years, and I've heard Josh Allen tell me face to face, not even knowing I know Stu. I was like, I played with Stu. He didn't know that was my boy. Oh man, he's so. All right, man. Look, Stu, we're gonna throw you a little bone. I'm not even gonna say I don't know more to the situation than what you know publicly.
Right.
But like you said, and that's where the problem lies. You said we got a person making $1 million who's position coach, but he has a lot of titles. Well, we also got somebody holding this glue together. Dude, we're gonna get off here after this. Yeah, we're getting off here. We're gonna be off by 10:30. If Anwar Stewart was not the defensive line coach, would Deion Walker come back for his third year?
No.
What do you believe?
No.
That in itself.
I'm gonna say something real quick, Anthony. And then we can get off. This is what I want people to understand. I don't know about Anthony. I can speak for myself. And I think I'm no different than anybody else. The person who recruited me to Kentucky was Mike Archer. Without Mike Archer, Kentucky knows nothing about me. No, zero. I wasn't on Kentucky's radar. I wasn't even mentioned in any circle with Kentucky until Mike Archer came to Kentucky. So now Mike Archer comes. I have a relationship with Mike Archer. I have a relationship with his GA that was at LSU during the time, who was my offensive coordinator at the high school I was at. So my relationship is with Mike Archer. I don't come to Kentucky because of Mike Archer. I came to Kentucky because I had a relationship with Rick Smith once he started talking to me. So all this stuff, for me, in my understanding, I understand you have a guy who's the figurehead of the whole recruiting umbrella. But if I'm a recruit and I don't feel good when I talk to Shorts, Collins, LaFano, Brad White, Anwar Stewart, Boware, if I don't have a good interaction with them, no matter how good Vince talks to me, I'm not coming to Kentucky. I don't give a you know what about who is the lead recruiter on me. It doesn't matter. All right? If I can't form a relationship with a guy who's going to spend more time than anybody else, if I can't form a relationship, that's the main reason I didn't go to Mississippi State. That's really the only reason I didn't go to Mississippi State. My interaction with the position coach and then the head coach, but mainly the position coach, was not on the level of my interaction with Southern Miss coach or Rick Smith. On God, period.
Rick Smith was that dude. Rick Smith was that dude.
And it wasn't like Rick Smith was a used car salesman who was trying to tell me, no, he told me what was real. I ain't giving you jack.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come and earn it. I got these people already on the staff. So I got starters already here. I got guys a year in front of you that, no, he told me the real. But he also said, I think you have the ability to play right away. All that and the way we talk football and this encourages it makes a difference. So I'm just telling y'all, if a running back doesn't like, if the running back doesn't get along with Boware, he ain't coming. I don't care who's the lead a recruiter. I don't care who started the relationship. If you don't get along with your position coach, you ain't coming.
So Tim Couch got along with LEU's life by running that option.
That's a good one. No. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. When you're an in-state player and you've always wanted to play with Kevin Franklin should have never went to LSU. He didn't live too far away from the campus. That was his childhood team. He wanted to play for them since he's been a little lad. So that home state LSU's the only real team in the state. That's where every kid wanted to play. Not every, the majority of kids wanted to play. That was that's the school. Tim Couch honestly should have never came to Kentucky. Billy Jack Haskins should have honestly never came to Kentucky. If you really want to say it, right? The offense we was running, compared to what they was running in high school, why would they come to Kentucky? Billy Jack knew he was running I-bone.
Yeah. But Billy Jack wasn't 6 foot.
No, but Billy Jack was tossing the ball.
So he might have been better off running the option and play action.
Billy Jack, dude. People forget Billy Jack held the records before Tim Couch broke them.
I know that for passing, but in high school, you don't have 6'5", 6'6" offensive linemen. I'm saying Billy Jack, my dude. That's my dude. Like, that's my man's 50 grand. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying where Billy Jack should have went. I don't know his other options. I don't know if he had another big. I don't know it. All I know is if you look at what we were running at Kentucky, Billy Jack senior in high school, it is no way I'm going to that offense. There's no way. I would go to EKU or Western before I come to an I-bone offense when I don't run the option in high school.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the part everybody missing. You talk about the I-bone. I was talking about them coming run the speed option. Okay, you're right. You're right. I give you that. I 100% give you that then.
Yeah.
I 100% give you that. 100%.
So
100%.
So that's the in-state discount that some of these players get. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would anybody come who's a wide receiver in the state of Kentucky in 1992 and 93 to the University of Kentucky when you pass the ball 2 times a game?
I got you.
Like, why did Kill Sanford come to Kentucky? I don't know his list of possibilities. I don't know. Yeah. But why would he come to a team that the year before probably passed for the whole year what other teams passed for 1 game? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's an in-state discount. So the in-state thing is a little different.
Yep. Well, we out of here, man.
Yeah, bro.
10:32. Yep, on the 32. That's what means we out of here. So yeah, man. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Man, when y'all come on here, man, it don't hurt y'all to hit the like button. If you stop on for a second, whether you like what we're saying or not, just hit the like button, man. It helps our algorithm. I see today we got more likes than we typically get. Once we put a little pressure on y'all, we shouldn't put no pressure on y'all. Shit. Because if Mike or Mark Stoops hit me up, I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel. So I'm over here fighting for y'all. Y'all fandom. They ain't doing nothing for me. I'm fighting for y'all. So like, subscribe, share, follow. Oh, look, ever since I said that, somebody else hit the like button. Somebody else hit a like. Man, just hit the like. Nah, for real. It ain't no big deal, man. Hit the like. And we'll come back because Van tried to get out this week too. He tried to say, hey, man, we can't get on the UK game. I said, we'll be on after the UK game. We on here. We did what we had to do. We got in. And Van, we about to get out. We appreciate all y'all for checking us out.